Hello and welcome. I'm just going to wait for a few more to join us because I want to do the walkthrough. Hi, Diane. Hi, Monica. Hi, everybody. And we're just getting, of course, everything set up. For a while there, I was no problems. We were just getting all of our comments here at the bottom when I taught. It'd be the words at the bottom, captions. That's what they're called. So I'm just pulling this up. I know they've changed a lot of things for streaming. Okay, well, that's something that's also changed. So it looks like everybody has to set up their own captions. So we'll just have to, I don't know, maybe one day everything will be consistent as we're doing tutorials, but it never happens on the same day, right, guys? Right. So I'm going to start this tutorial tonight. And there's one thing that you're going to really need is your notebook because I'll be honest with you, I don't even have this one written up, okay? I don't. I just decided I loved the paper. I needed somewhere to put my pictures from the retreat, and I started to make it. Yes, Diane, thank you. Get your notebook if you have Country Craft Creations, our special 10th anniversary one. Great place to put all your measurements down, and I use it for, well, this one's a different one than my tutorials. This is for our retreats, but you're going to want to write your you're going to want to write this down because there are no I'm not doing a written because this is a free tutorial and it's basically from the top of my head. And then also I will have these frames up on the website. They've all come in now and they're absolutely beautiful, which is really nice. You're not going to have to cut your own anymore. Perfect size, beautiful bevel, white core, all the way through and through. So we aren't going to make that tonight, but we will be making it next week. I had to move the tutorial up because I'm going to be taking a little trip. Doodlebug, I'm actually going to do some pickups for Doodlebug in another state. And so I will be leaving very early. Actually, Kathy Lee, hello from Montana. I am headed that way on Friday. I've got some picking up to do and then get it back to the Doodlebug warehouse. So I had to move it from Friday to today. So I want to walk through this since I didn't get a chance to do a walkthrough and show you. Now, also, please remember if you do not have Bella Boulevard, Let's Create, you don't have to create this album with Bella Boulevard. You do not have to run out and buy it. You don't have to. You can use what is in your stash. Okay. These were in my stash, and actually, I am going to put together a little kit if you want this in a kit form with the frame, um, your little shaker things. I'll show you. I did use the Doodlebug ones. They're interesting to use because they're balls. You got to chase them. And these are beautiful, beautiful pom poms. But I had a very limited supply because the place I got them at was going out of businesses. So I grabbed as much as I could. So remember, you do not have to use this any of your paper collections that you already have or any Doodlebug is going to look fabulous. So let's take a look. Now, the whole idea was this was to do those crop or our last retreat pictures. 5.5 by 6.5 is the cover, 5 by 6 is the pages, and the whole thing is definitely made for those scrapbook memories when you're with your people. I know I'm going to show you something. I just love this. So I use the back side. And Was this not perfect? These are my people. So retreat. So I will put our first retreat picture in there, and I will have I hope to have the pictures in it next. Now we will do the tutorial next Friday, the 24th, and we'll get the rest of it done. And I want to have photos in here. And you're going to love these. This is a very different way to make your pages. So we've got, again, this is from the ephemera. So I use some of everything from the collection. The collection kit, the Bella Boulevard Besties, you'll see in a minute when I get the papers out. A glitter, and look at the gold. So our new the Tonic Studios. I thought how cute to open it. You have there I am. You'll have a picture, place for a photo, and then on the back, I use the ephemera, the chit chat. Theirs is called a little different. So if I accidentally say a name from Doodlebug, sorry. They are in the same warehouse after all. Again, then you're going to have 2-page pockets. Hi, yes, this collection is adorable. And this one will be, and then I just used the cut aparts, okay, to hold that down. Turn the page, and I do have a pocket here. I will make a little tag that comes out from the pom-poms. Now, I did make a note, just so you guys, if you saw it in the description, if you are going to add any of the Bella Pops, Doodle Pops, or any chunky embellishments, you're going to need to increase your spine by 1/4 of an inch. This one is a pocket, and these were tags from the embellishments, just to pop in your pockets. So we have 2 of the pockets. Did the grid, great for journaling. Well, you know what? I'm going to actually take my schedule from this last retreat, and I'm going to shrink it down to probably about 25. And that is a great idea. And then this will be that last page. We always have a bringing up the rear, we kind of call it. And it's usually Fauna and Lenny. This time it was Fauna and Flat. It's really cute. Anyway, that's going to go in the back here. I will change this with you next week when we do the pockets because it needs to be more of an accordion, but you can put pictures in there. And I did use a couple of magnets in this book. So that is what we're going to start making today. And this time I'm going to use navy blue. I think navy blue will look nice instead of black. But when you go, oh, Cindy, when you go to print, what you do is you print. You can say print to size, print to fit the page, or you can put a percentage in there. Oh, thank you, Mon. I hope you love this book because I'll tell you what, I think you're going to be surprised. It took okay, this I didn't even use 8 sheets of cardstock. Wait till you see how we make it. You remember making those one-page wonders? Well, I took the one-page wonder and turned it into these signatures and had so much fun with it. So, um, you got to but like I said, I don't even have a cutting guide. I just started to make this and I was having so much fun. I was just playing and I don't even know how to write down these measurements, but I can do that. But you guys can do it better just by following along. So we've got 2 pieces of chipboard. They are 5.5 by 6.5. So 5.5 by 6.5. And in the original cutting guide, I put down on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations 1 inch, but I did increase mine to 1/4 of an inch because I did add a Bella Pop and it's a chunky embellishment and it really did take up some space. But you know what? I'm liking the chunkiness of this. Loving the chunkiness. Oh, good. You guys like the navy. Okay. So this is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's 5 1/2 inches long, 1 1/4 wide. And we're going to start by wrapping our chipboard. So I did prepare it with my Scor tape. And I'll give you the measurements so you can write down. You want 2 pieces of cardstock. And your cardstock is going to be 6 1/2 by 8 1/2. 8 1/2 long, 6 1/2 wide. And then if you're going to do 1 1/4 inch spine, you want 4 1/4 by 6 1/2. If you're doing 1 inch, it's 4 inches wide by 6 1/2 long. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to start with my big pieces for wrapping, and you'll just need your 1 inch spacers. And if you are just joining us, so tonight we're going to do the cover and the pages and put them in our book. Then Friday the 24th, we're going to go through and just do the inside and the decorating and make the well, I just didn't start off on a good page. Hold on. So these are 5 1/2 by 6 1/2. This needed to be 7 1/2. Oops. I don't know why I cut them that well. I was actually talking to Sandy when I was cutting them. So my 8 1/2 is correct, but it needs to be 7 1/2 wide. So change that already. 7 1/2 by 8 1/2. Those will become my tags. I don't want that on my Scor tape sheet. Scor tape sheet. So let me go ahead and recut really quick. 7 1/2. You know, I could have made that work and do 1/2 inch, but I don't want to. And this is one reason I don't do the typewritten ones, because boo-boos will happen when you're live. Again, go ahead and cut 7 1/2 by 8 1/2, not 6 1/2. Now, if you did cut it at 6 1/2 and you're short on paper, that's not a problem. Just use your 1/2 inch spacers and just wrap it 1/2 inch. It will work. Much better, much better. And get my second piece out here. Next, my spine piece. Now this should be just fine. But it kind of got lost here in the shuffle. Yeah, 4 1/4. No, this isn't fine. But I'm going to go with it since I already cut it too short. So that's my 1/2 inch. And I'm going to center it, so I only have a 1/2 inch at the top and bottom. That's okay. If you cut yours short like me, yeah, we're just going to have a 1/2 inch at the top. And will be just fine. It's just nice to have that full inch. Okay, so this is my 1.5 inch spacer. And I'm going to burnish that down well. Now we'll just continue as if nothing happened. We didn't cut it too short. I'm going to fold it backwards still. And I'll tell you, I absolutely I love this Bella Boulevard. Let's create. It has such cute, I mean, it was just so bright. And it had cute sayings such as, "These are my people." Just really awesome. I mean, it was like, yes, that's what we say at retreats. Okay, now I'll just continue on. See, I only have the little bit to wrap, but that's okay because I'm going to cut out my side pieces. 1.5 looks so big on a little piece of chipboard, doesn't it? Yeah, I will pop it in as a kit. That way I can get you guys, you can have the pom-poms because I don't have the quantities to sell. They're so beautiful. These pom-poms in like by the yard because it was a special and I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And I knew if you saw it, it's so adorable with this collection, you're going to want it. Okay. So it's just I like working with 1 inch, but I'm just being careful how I cut. But do remember, you can use also what you have in your craft room, in your stash, um, what you've already bought from Country Craft Creations. You can, this will be a very, very cute project. So I'm just going to trim that up a little bit more. Monica, they will be available this evening. Bonnie, who does my website, she will be back working on the website this evening. So they will be up. They come in a set of 5 and they're $7 because we have 2 different sizes. Okay, if you're working with me, I'll give you a minute to get caught up there. I'm pulling my headphone out. Whoops. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, with the new Echo paper sunflowers would be so adorable. So see, there's two different sizes, and I drew it out so you'll have the description of the size. Even your bigger one, it's a 5x7, is going to make really cute. And one thing you can do too is these can be, they're chipboard. They're going to be, they were cut. Oh my gosh, he cut them so nice for us at the printers. So the white core too, they can be used just as this, but they come 5 in a pack, 5x7, and then the 4x6 with the 3x5-ish opening, and $7 for 5. No more fighting with trying to get your holes perfect in the center. Okay, let's move on to our pieces. They're beautiful. They're really nice quality mat board. They were actually cutting some big ones when I went in the printers to pick up our collections, and I said, "Hey, can you cut some smaller ones?" They're like, "Oops, I think I turned this off." There we go. Volume's back. Um, and he's like, "Of course, we can cut them any size you want." And that's when I'm like, "Okay, let's get on it." It's great to have a printer. Yes, no one likes off-centered holes, do they? All right, now I'm going to cut out my corners. Now we want to go through and miter them. Okay, but you're going to see, I'm going to show you. I figured out how to do those Doodlebug shaker balls. They're fabulous, but I'll tell you what, they're little boogers to work with. Hey, Julie, hello. My mommy is about to, my grandson is about ready to be shipped to my house. You can expect delivery with, it sounds like mommy's about fed up with a soon to be 6-year-old. Well, he's a lot like my son, so that tells you something right there, Julie. So the shaker balls, this is the set, and they look little, but you don't use a lot. Super cute, super cute. Now I can also see this album done. If you've got a Disney paper, you're going to see why. You can pop this together in a weekend and then head off to Disneyland and have a great little photo album. Well, if I was going to be close, I would pick him up on my way. Like I said, we are actually heading out to a quick trip to Montana to pick up some racking for Doodlebug and our store, Country Craft Creations. Otherwise, I'd come by and pick him up. Yeah, this is going to be a cute Disney project. And I know you've got birthday papers left over. Get those birthday papers out. This will be a darling quick birthday gift and a quick baby shower. Now, I did use some of the glitter paper in here too in yellow because we just got the yellow in and some other colors. Oh, love it, love it, love it. And just to explain again, Tonic Studios is now producing basically from almost the same company I was using for the 12 by 12 no shed glitter, but you get 5 sheets, okay, and they can buy it in larger quantities. So that's why we're going to just transition over to the tonic, because they also have more colors than I could have manufactured. So you're not going to be disappointed. I've been using it, and I used it in here. See this back page with the glitter? And yes, it's the same glitter paper, but in 8.5 by 11. Look at this. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. And Bonnie has gotten all the other colors up there. Now we do have more Bella Boulevard coming. I am picking it up this weekend at the warehouse. And this is one of those collections you want to keep around, like a birthday collection and a baby collection, because you're always going to know, or you yourself are going to go off to a crop. Zella, they will be available this evening. Bonnie will be back working on the website here this evening, and she's been putting new merchandise. So I hope you've been watching Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. Tiffany's been posting a lot of new stuff. Well, your main thing, Kim, with shakers, you want a good foam tape and you want tape. You don't want foam dots. Your glitter, your sequins will sneak through the cracks. You want foam tape, and we sell fabulous foam tape at Country Craft Creations. And then you want, okay, there's also acrylic. So now I believe it's online, and I'll have Tiffany pop over on Tonic Studios. We did get in the acrylic sheets, I believe, the plain ones, but I do love the Doodlebug ones. And this one I'm going to use the Bella Boulevard, but it is heavier. Oh, the t-shirts are not, they're going on the website also. You guys, we have the cutest birthday t-shirts. So they will be on the website. Those probably by tomorrow. But let me tell you about the t-shirts. You may have seen some of us wearing them at the retreat. They are our 10th anniversary, and they will be posted here very soon. And I know Tiff will be posting them on Scrapbookers. They run small. Okay, on the t-shirts, if you are an extra large, you need to go up to a 2X. I'm not kidding. Don't let the size scare you. They run small. It's not you, it's the t-shirt. So make sure you go up. When I say we don't have 1X, it came from extra large. Now they're the Cricut t-shirts. They're soft, they're beautiful, they're screen printed, and they're small. They run small. I don't have one down. Oh, I do. I'll have to show you one at the end. They're adorable. We wore them in the pictures. I love them. And if you're a 2X, go 3X. Yes. Size. Yeah, Linda, size up. Luckily, we had a new, and it's a local. That's the other thing. It's one of our local crafters' nephew who has a business, and he did them at such a wonderful price for us. So you're going to love the price also. But if you're a small, you need to go medium or large. Medium, definitely go large, even extra large, unless you want them super duper tight. Okay. All right. I need a couple of clothespins. I want to get past, the, it goes to 3x, Connie. I want to get past the cover because the fun stuff is the pages. All right, I'm going to fold this over. Now remember with our spine, you're going to want the bare chipboard against the bare chipboard. And 5.5 goes to 5.5. Just do your dry run, making sure it's going to fit. I'll fold that over and add my adhesive. Don't forget, after the video is live, you can go back. It will be recorded and you'll be able to start and stop where you need to start and stop. Okay, we're going to match it to the corner to corner. Now, I will show you how to make the shaker on the album. And because we all make them different, I would wait until we get this made so that it doesn't confuse you. You know me, I always go the most simplest, easiest way. Okay, we just want that to dry. Burnish down. Fold that over. And once again, we'll add our adhesive. Okay, once you like the fit, and then we'll burnish this down. It's such a cute little album. I usually make such big ones. Just to give those corners a few minutes to dry. I'm going to set that here. Now, we need to cover the inside. Now, when I was cutting the pieces, I have this piece, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the length. I'm not really, well, I'm not really measuring, but mine did come out to be 5.5. And it's because when I first cut the first ones wrong, of course. So my piece will be about 5.5. My album cover is 5.5. So I'm going to cut this down at, well, you know what, Jenny? Actually, Tiffany does have that. Tiffany does have access to all the new ones. Um, and she just needs to get on there and get them sent to her. And so, yes, she does have quick access to the new stuff to get shipped out to her at will. Now, how is that? Let me tell you. Yeah, I hook her up good. Country Craft Creations takes super good care of our designers. Okay, 5.5, but I'm going to bring it down about 1/16 of an inch. So mine came out to be, mine is over 5 3/8 by 5 1/2. Now 5 3/8 is because I want it to be, I want this to be a little bit shorter than this, but I want the width to cover the spine pieces so that it doesn't land on top of it. Oh, you were so sweet, Connie. Thank you. And you too, Heather. Thank you. So see, it's wider than the spine, which I won't have a lot of bulk. And now it's not going to hang over top or bottom. But I want to cover this now. I like to use my Scor Tape sheets. You can use any that you like or glue. And this just makes the process faster. And I really don't spend a lot of money buying my Scor Tape anymore because I just use my sheets. My knife's running away from me. I want to cut into my cardstock. I think it would be so fun to go to the different designers' craft rooms and spend a day crafting with them. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, Heather, you're supposed to keep your fingers out of the way. Okay, before I put this down, I always get my directional so that I don't take this off. I would love to just get in the car and show up at a designer's house on a Saturday morning and say, we're going to spend the day crafting and doing a video and going live, and it would be so fun. I did that once at Anne Marie's house, and it was great. She didn't know I was coming. We were driving home from the cruise in 2019, and I showed up at her house, and I thought she was going to have a heart attack. Oh, you know what? I got plenty of room. I could have 4 or 5 of you come and we could craft for the day. I can set you up on the work tables down there and we could just start crafting. We used to for retreat. And this is where Bonnie first taught. Actually, Tiffany, that is still in the works. I still am going to do that. Okay, now we're going to find our little piece here that we're going to, I don't know what you call that, stick our bone folder in and score it lightly. Your score tape will grab. Just go slow and don't stick it through. Hi, Diane. So there's our cover. Gonna break that spine a little bit. There we go. Now we have our cute little cover. And just like that, it's made. Okay, now what we're gonna do next I'm going to set this aside. This takes one hinge, but we're not going to make it yet. Now we are going to create these 3 pages. Yes, I'm telling you 3 pages. It seems like more, doesn't it? You guys ready? Now this is where you're going to want 3 sheets of 12 by 12. And all these other pieces that I've already used for cutting, this is what I'm going to use for my tags and anything else. So that was 8 sheets of cardstock. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can fit tons of people in here. One thing that I need to do a quick measurement because I had cut this after, and what I'm going to do is, I'll get that for you in just a second, Jenny. I'm just going to do a quick measurement here because no, we're not. You want to know why? That's right. I remember why. We will do the cutting on this after. Super simple, but we're not going to mess it up by changing it. Jenny, your chipboard is 2 5.5 by 6.5. And I'm going to suggest you go with a 1 1/4 inch spine instead of 1. So 1 1/4 by 5.5. Okay. We are going to score our first sheet of 12 by 12. We're going to score it at 6 inches. Then I want you to turn it and I want you to score it at 5 inches and 10 inches. We're going to score the second piece the exact same way. We are going to score it 6 inches. I'm using the navy blue. And then we're going to score it. We turned it and we're going to score it 5 and 10. So actually we are going to score all 3 of these the exact same way. It's just going to do this middle page you saw, we will be cutting different. So let's cut it. Let's score it at 6, 5, and 10. Now, depending on how big you want your book, you could do 5 or 6 of these signature type things. But what we're going to do is this is my 6 inch. I'm going to fold it in half. Now, while this is in half, down here at the bottom is the 2-inch piece. Oh, see, oh, it doesn't? And see, I love it. So you have a 2-inch piece at the bottom, but I'm actually turning it to the top so that I can cut it. Now, watch, I'm just going to start here at the corner, right up at the fold, and I'm angling this. Now you want to go right up to the score line so that you make sure you cut through the score line. Now we're going to fold it in half at the top, and it's 5 inches. I should have scored that a little bit harder. going to fold the bottom flap, which is going to become a pocket. And now the other side. Making sure you keep everything straight. So now you're probably getting, the gist of how this is feeling, right? Over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to get my cutter. Now, it's on the left, your left-hand side. If you want, you can cut it with scissors. You can cut it with your blade up to the center. I am actually going to turn mine this way. I'm going to turn it over, and here's the reason. I like to be able to measure to my 5 inches. Right on your 5 inches. You're going to cut the square closest to you, and you're just going to cut it to the 6-inch mark if you want to do it in your cutter. And I've gotten pretty good at it now because I use it a lot instead of hand cutting. Oh, no. Okay. So see this top? This is what we've got here, right? See this top piece? I'm going to open my scoreboard again. Oh my gosh, my camera, quit doing this. Okay. I'm going to fold this over. We're going to do this 2 more times. This left-hand side. Now, this is what we're going to do with this. Let me show you. We're going to create this little guy. So this one is a flap. Did I put my ruler back? I cannot wait till we get our new rulers. And that one just hit the floor. Sorry. Let me grab this one. I can't use this one. The one I want to use hit the floor. We have new rulers coming too. Okay, this is ridiculous. I don't know where my other I like my broken one. So you're going to see that it's a little bit shorter. And I did that so people can get their finger in there. And so, yes, there are some centering rulers. Yes, 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 there sure is. There sure is. And it is a centering ruler. I don't like centering rulers. I know. I'm weird. I'm weird, right? I'm weird. We all know that. So I want you to score this top one at 3. And I'm going to show you, I ended up trimming this because I realized it was going to then end up too close, and we're actually going to fold it both ways. But I will trim that in a moment. Now I'm going to take this bottom piece, fold this in half, and I'm going to score this one at 3/4 of an inch. Just down to that. Well, go ahead and go all the way down because we're going to cut it. So 3/4 of an inch all the way down. Hi, Tony Stamps. Okay. Now we're going to fold this over. This side is going to become this with the pocket. Then we have our little flip flap here in the center. Then we have our little pocket page that looks, I call it the little envelope page. And then the front is shorter, and that's where the beginning is. Okay, so it's going to fold over like this. We're going to fold over to the right. Then we're going to fold this in half. And I'll show you, I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off of this. I did not want it to hit. So fold in half, just fold it however you need to work on it. And just remove 1/8 of an inch from your little door. Now it's really fun once you start playing with this. This is how you can make tons of different pages. It's just a really fun thing to have to work with. We're going to fold to the right, and this is where I will be adding a magnet. Now right here, I want you to fold that 3/4 of an inch flap, or score line, sorry. And I'm trying to go slow, but we'll be doing it again. We're going to cut this bottom 3/4 of an inch off. Now I'm just going to do a angle here. You're not going to see that because when we fold that over, I'm just going to clean that up. Now I rounded this and I also left it straight on one. So this one I left square. We're going to fold this up, and you can also round this corner if you like. See how I did the rounding of it? And then you can't really see it here, so I found after I covered it, and this one I left square. Choice is yours. So many different fun things you can do. Okay, so for right now, we're going to just fold that over, bring this up. Again, you can go ahead and I'm going to round that off because it keeps it from getting beat up. Now, when I did my little notch, the little thumbnail, if you haven't picked this up already, you need to pick this up. This is fabulous. We just got this in the Dress My Craft. Plus, it went through the 2 layers, the cardstock and the artisan cardstock. Artisan cardstock is not light, as you know, and it went through it and made a beautiful cut. So the notch, it's called the Dress My Craft Notch Corner. You want this. It's amazing. Okay, now that we will eventually glue down. We'll take care of. That's going to be our cute little folding booklet. There will be, I used a magnet. Then this will fold up, but in the meantime, you're going to fold that over. You're going to burnish that well. And you're going to have a page. Of course, that will be glued down on the right-hand side. We don't want to glue this part down. And this is going to be our pocket. Folds over. And we're going to have this page, but this is, we're going to connect another 2. So you could actually stop here and just do 1 page in a little folio, but let's make another one. Okay, so that I don't break your brain, we're going to create the middle page, and this is how I created the center of our book. And this all came about of playing. So the center of our book will have these two flaps, and see, I need to cut them a little different because this was just the prototype. So I realized I do need to trim them more, and we'll do that. We'll have our bottom pockets, and there you go. Okay. Our middle page, I know, it broke my brain while I was playing with it. We're going to go and fold at the 6-inch score line that you created. Burnish that well. Then we're going to do the 5-inch score line. And don't worry, this is the one we are going to cut. And I'll show you how you're going to cut it. Because we want room between the bottom pocket and the top pocket in order, I need to score this more, in order to create a gap to put our tags in. With this artisan, you can't be afraid to score it. Okay. I'm going to fold our 2-inch here at the bottom, and we're going to repeat in just a moment. Okay. Fold it back at the 6-inch. Come right up here to your score line. Cut right to the score line and cut through it. I want you to cut through just that top part. You need to, in order to make that nice gap. Now, if you didn't go through the score line, just take your scissors and snip it. From being a nurse, it reminds me of snipping the tongue. Yeah, you know, when the babies were born and they'd have a, no, you guys probably wouldn't all know. Only if you were a nurse, you would know. Okay, fold this over. Now, this is our center one. We are going to separate this top piece now. Okay, so fold it in half. Now, you can do a couple of things. I wouldn't suggest you do an angle. Yep. And there's times that you just, you want to cut your kids' tongues off. No, I'm kidding, huh, Linda? We need to cut up the score line, but we do need a gap. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to change cutters because this one has my new blade. Okay. Oh, we're going to put this is 6 inches. I'm going to put it at the 6-inch mark. And then I'm going to actually, let's see. I'm going to have to go a hair over 6 inches, just 1/8 of an inch. So I want you to put it at just a hair over your 6 inches. And you're going to cut down to the 5-inch score line. Don't go over that. Now you're going to bring it, there's my 6 inches. I know you can't really see it. And then my markings are in 16th, so it makes it so easy. Then I'm going to move it to, in technical terms, would be the 15th, 16th mark, but I'm just going to back it up from the 6 inches. And we're going to make another cut to the 4 inches. And I think that's going to be enough this time. Then we're going to fold those down, and we're going to I don't want to pull on my paper. I want everything to look nice and smooth. Oh, yes, Monica, wasn't it an amazing, we just had our birthday retreat in person, and it was so fun. Everybody was so fun. It was just amazing, yes. Okay, now I cleaned off the center, And see, now I've got more room, because what's going to happen is when you fold this over, there we go. That's a much nicer fold, and they're not hitting each other. Linda, I did too. Everything was just amazing. Oh, whoops. Nope. We got to fold these up. These are going to be our pockets. And as you can see, I wanted the tags to I wanted tags to hold my flaps down. So I'm going to give you a measurement though. I'm going to just lay it over, but if you were figuring this out for yourself, you want about 1/4 of an inch between. So see, I'm using this one. Perfect. I'm going to cut my upper flaps. We're going to cut 3 inches off. It was fun meeting all of our newbies in person. Yes, after we're done, Sherry, oh, thank you. I will put a kit up. It won't take me very long. The only thing is they won't be able to ship out until next week. I need to go pick everything up. Okay, I'm putting, that's 3 inches. I'm putting my top flaps at 3 inches. And you know what? You shouldn't have put your top flaps at 3 inches. You should have put them at 2. So I'm glad some of you are watching this. I got to talking there. Your flaps need to be 3 inches long. I am so sorry. Your flaps need to be 3 inches long, not 2 inches. This was 5. I was thinking this was 6. It's 5. So please cut this at 2 inches. Just take 2 inches off. Okay. Mine are going to be shorter than yours. If you are watching the video and you did 3 inches with me, they're going to be short like this, which is okay. You can do some bigger tags to hold that flap down. Or I can make it again and do it correctly, but you should have only cut off 2 inches. Oh, I know. The cruise is going to be just as amazing. So, what time is it? We're doing really good. It's only been an hour. Do we want to remake this, or are we okay? Because I'm okay. I'm going to make bigger tags. So cut yours at 2 inches. I cut mine at 3. For instance, these are 4-inch tags. So see, I'll just put a bigger tag in the center. Oh, we're getting lots of new stuff, but we're getting, I'm going to put this together as a kit. Okay. Tomalee has spoken. We okay. Just remember, 2 inches off, not 3 inches off. I took 3. It should only be 2. And that's okay. Oh no, the rulers are going to take a little bit because they're custom. But we are going to talk magnets here in a minute, because we do have a USA company. And thanks to one of our designers, Debbie, introducing us. So we're going to fold this in half. And that's going to be our center page. Now I got to pay attention, guys, on the next one. So this will also be where our hinge is going to go. So that is our center page. Okay, I'm going to pay attention. Fold in half at 6. I have to rescore it too. Maybe we score a 5 and 2. My score lines aren't deep enough. Well, 10. Oops. Yeah, the rulers won't be here just for a little bit, but they're also USA made. Okay, once again, we're going to come down here to the bottom through our score line. Open. Whoops, I didn't get up there far enough, so I need to trim that. Okay. Now we're going to fold that in half. It's at 5. That score line is 5. Okay, this is a perfect example. So on the last one, remember, only put 2 inches in and you'll have a 3-inch flap. Okay. This left hand, I'm going to cut, but I have to turn it over so it's closest to my body here. I'm going to put it at 5 inches. To my 6-inch mark. Now, fold this in half. Fold that to the right. The bottom left-hand side, we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to fold that backwards. I want to bring the top back open. This top piece, I want to score at 3 inches. Connie, the first page 1 and 3 are the middle one. So basically, and you can make however many you want, and then also you can figure out many different configurations. So how fun is this? I'm going to fold this in half. Now we're going to turn this one into a pocket though in just a moment. Okay. Top folds to the bottom. So we'll fold over to the right hand side. We're going to fold it in half. And then from this corner, we're going to open this up here and we're going to do some cutting. And it's going to depend on how big of a angle pocket you want. So we're going to create an angle pocket. So from this corner to this corner, I'm going to make a cut. But let me kind of give you an idea here. What I did was I did take a pencil and I marked this at 1 1/2 on the right hand side. And then I'm going to take the 1 1/2 up to this corner, and that's going to create my corner pocket. Or you can just put it in your cutter and cut it. And I'm going to clean up this edge. All right. So this is my little piece that's been scored. My 1 1/2 inch mark to this score line. Oops. Just going to hold it with my fingers and pivot here. like that score line. You know how your score line kind of shows? I don't like it. It looks messy. That's better. Okay. Now, we're not going to glue this down as a pocket or anything down yet until we are ready to mat, because we want to mat, then we'll do all that. So right now we're going to cut the bottom half of our 3/4 of an inch score line off. I'm going to round the corner on this one. I'm going to round the corner here and the outside corner of this pocket. And it's with this, you know, the One Sheet Wonder has many different names. It's important to burnish it well. Now this is going to come up. And also, you can put this over if you like. Either way, it won't matter. Fold, let's put things where they belong. Fold that in half, and it's going to be kind of tight, so be sure to burnish. And I can see that I've got a little issue. Okay, I need to take a little bit more of an angle here because they're hitting each other. What's up? That's better. Now it's folding a lot nicer. Okay, now we need our chapstick. Hold on. It's so dry in Utah. Now we want to put our pages all together. So if you notice, page 1 and 3, they're the same. They have a short. Page 2 is that middle piece with the flaps. And then our last page. So what we want to do though, this part needs to become like a pocket. And one of them needs to become where we're going to put, I know you can't really see the hinge. So it's going to be important that you do this. So on page number 1, which is going to be where my door opens instead of a pocket, I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to mark 1 inch on my back. So here's where it's closed and here's where it's open. And you want 1 inch down here at the bottom where you're not going to glue. Actually, I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch. I remember that was a little too much. I had to put some glue up there. So 3/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to make this mark. Let me use my jelly roll because it's dark. Oh, you can see that just fine. So 3/4 of an inch. because our hinge needs to fit inside of there. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It's not. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add our glue, and this is our middle one. So this will be the next one. And this one is the same back and front. We're going to attach these together. So some clothespins or clips will help. But we want this a pocket. I want to show you. I actually have a double pocket here, and I didn't use it, but I certainly, let me pull this out. We have one here, then we actually have another pocket here. And I can actually put two of these tags, pocket there and a pocket here. It's hard to see, but you do have two of them. And one thing that I want to put down there is we did some card exchanges. So I'm going to pop my little cards down in there, my card banners that I got extra of, and I'm going to pop them down in there. So you can definitely use them for different things. Oh yeah, and they're quick, Dee. So there's my 3/4 of an inch. And I want you to come along the side, across the bottom, and up the other side. Now, if you don't want to leave this as a pocket, because it's a tie pocket, but you can still put things in there. You can add your adhesive all over. And check the orientation that your flaps at the top, pockets at the bottom. Remember, we need that 3/4 of an inch because that's where our hinge is going to go. Okay, now we're going to put this together. Whoops. Going to use some clothespins to help us, but we still want to burnish. And our glitter glue will dry pretty fast, but it will also help your pages from slipping. I'm going to open it up. Remember to go along the edge. Even though you can't see it, that's okay. We still need to burnish. Now see, I have a little opening back here for my hinge. And my glue there. Now we're going to do the same thing here, but we don't need a hinge. This is short. This is short. So I did leave it still as a pocket. I'm going to go around just the 3 edges. See, it will be short, but it's still a pocket. And that is also where I put my pom-poms. But I can still put a tag inside of there. So, oh, if you're going to make this a pocket, it's also side, bottom, side. Not here, not here. Not the top. So side, all the way to the bottom. We're not putting a hinge in, and across the bottom. Slap it on there and line it up with your scoreboard. Turn it over and get to burnishing. So, pages, album, so far, we've created this in an hour and a half. Great project, so you can do it if you're going to a crop. So page 1, there's our center. Now let's open here and let's go ahead and varnish some more. When we glue down, I'll show you, we'll be gluing it down so that this becomes a pocket also. Okay. Yes, you sure could. You wouldn't even, you could just use this without a chipboard cover, add a string or a belly band. Super cute. Super cute. So I'm just checking the glue. Now, to show you, this is where our hinge is going to go. Right inside of there. So our book is 5 inches wide. And our hinge is going to be a 4 7/8. And it is going to be, let me get a thing for you. There's one. Well, we're going to go 4 7/8. And right now I'm just going to do it and we're going to cut it. Okay, this is too long. 4 7/8. Mine came out to be 5.5. But let's just cut it down to 4. I didn't write this down, you guys. Remember I told you I did not write it down? I wasn't kidding you. So what's beautiful about this kind of a hinge, we can cut it wherever we want. So it's 4 7/8 inches wide. Oh, and before we do score it, let's take our 4 7/8 of an inch side and make sure it fits in here. And we're going to be glue. Oh, mine fits fine. So 4 7/8 should be good on yours. Oh my gosh, I love it. See, you guys are coming up with so many great ideas. Pet albums. Yeah, you can definitely do this in one day. On the 4-inch across the top, we're going to score it 1/2, 1, and 1.5, and 2. Okay. Double check here. We didn't need the 2-inch, so we need it to be 4 7/8 by 1.5. Oh, please, Tiffany. Yes, you can. So I'm going to cut this off at 1 1/2 inches. So now we know 4 7/8 by 1 1/2. So if you're writing this down, don't write that down because it's 2. We need 4 7/8 by 2. Sorry, guys. I told you I kind of made this on the fly. I got excited, started making it. So we're going to cut it at 2 inches by 4 7/8 for our hinge. And score it at 1/2, 1, and 1.5. There we go. I'm just going to go to this in the center. I'm going to fold it in half. That's all. And push down to create one hinge and your little wingies. Guys, right here. You're not going to see these though, because we're going to pop them down in the paper. Now, if your spine is only 1 inch, if you did the 1 inch, you are going to want to trim these. And you're going to trim them just in your cutter, tiny bit, right in the crevice where the blade goes. I want you to trim them because you don't want them to be bigger, just each end, your left side and your right side. Less than 1/8 of an inch, just inside of the crevice there. Okay, so Julie, you know what? You got to make this for craft fairs and stuff because this is a great craft show book. I mean, if you're doing craft fairs and stuff, because you're using not even 8 sheets of paper, and you're going to your profit margin is really great. So I'm gluing in the center here. We're gonna Olive Garden sounds absolutely wonderful. Now we're gonna just get that glue smeared around. And I have to show you, I'm kind of hiding this in my paper because if you noticed, whoops, I don't want those two little things sticking. You don't even see them, okay? Because we're going to slit our paper. Yes, we are. And we're going to hide those. You're not even going to know they're there. So we want to now mat the inside of our spine. If you do not have your paper, that's okay. You can do, you can have that show too. You really can. It's not going to hurt it to show if you don't mount the back of this. But I want to show you how I did it on mine. So it's 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. And let me just get in here to my scraps. I'm just going to pick one. Oh, I think that's what I used before too. Perfect. My spine is all 1 1/4. And I'm going to cut this 5 3/8. Wow. Am I lucky? I just made it by 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So I want to lay my spine down. Now, you don't have, like I said, you don't have to do this. It doesn't matter if that shows, if you're okay with it, but I wasn't. So I'm going to turn this over. That's pretty too. I'm going to lay my spine on top and we're going to mark it with a pencil. I am just eyeball centering. And I'm going to make a mark, basically top and bottom, where my little fin is, right here. Geez, look what I just found, my ruler. So I knew that was the center. Draw a line. Oh, well, I'm not going to use the cute pink side. I'm going to use the black side. I just want to mark this side because I can see it better. I know this is cute, but you would see my marks. So I'm going to just poke a hole there, top, and a poke a hole at the bottom. I'm just going light. And don't worry, if you make a boo-boo, glue is going to hide this. And if it's not centered, it's not straight, it's going to be just fine. Then I'm going to split it open. Like I said, I may have to, nope. Oh, wow, that worked out good. First, no, I may have to cut it. Let's see. Nope, it's fine. Woohoo. So now I put my hinge in there. Gonna now add my adhesive on the hinge fins or the hinge pieces. I mean, I just thought that looked funny to me, just one little hinge. That's when I'm like, I'm going to cut the paper. And like I said, if you've made a boo-boo, the glue is going to heal it and glue it straight down. Oh, the bag? Oh, this bag? Oh, yeah. And we have some for sale in the store. So it has, and I have these for sale in the store. I'm going to tell you, they're great project bags. Now, I don't know if they're online, but I have them and I can move them online. So they are a little expensive, but they're quilted. And let me tell you, they're quilted, they're fabulous, and they do not come apart. This was a gift. And they're great to put your projects in as you're working on them. Okay, now my hinge is secure. I'm going to take my book. And I love, love, love them. Did I get my paper just, nope, I did not. Now we're going to add our adhesive. They are worth every dime because I use them. I've got 3 that I interchange out, so I know what I'm working on. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna put the pages on, and then that's where we're gonna leave off because the rest of it um, we'll do next Friday, and we're gonna make our 2 little inside things, front and back cover, and we're gonna do the frame. So the frames will be on this evening, and you'll be able to get those ordered. I love this. It's just so happy. This Bella Boulevard. So, so happy. So if you are wanting the kit, just bear with me and we'll get that up tonight also. Okay. And I'll show you everything that'll be in the kit. Sorry, I got my finger now. Okay. Remember, page 1 is where the hinge is going to go. That's where it's going to sit. Okay. All I'm going to do is add adhesive to both sides. Connie, I have to move them over, and I will get them moved over right after. Okay, I'm going to put it all the way to the bottom, center it. I know this is the only time I do this. I'm going to squeeze it together for a minute. Now I'm going to push it to the side, and it slipped up a little bit, and that's okay. I wanted it to. You want it to. You should have about 1/8 of an inch now of the hinge showing. And we're going to push it to the left. See, I've got 1/8 of an inch. And just clean up any glue. It will dry clear if you're using art glitter glue. Now I'm going to hold this for a minute. Oh yeah, okay, the t-shirts aren't on the website yet. Here's the reason. Tomorrow they will be on. We have to count the quantity of each size, okay? So tomorrow the t-shirts will be on. Actually, the bags will be on tomorrow. I will have the girls put the quantity over. We need to count how many are still in the store. But I will get the kit up tonight. So I'm really putting a lot of pressure on this for a minute. Okay. Now, if you have to, oh, mine's fine. You can put your tip up there and put more glue, but mine is, it's fine. So I'm going to show you what the t-shirts look like in just a moment, but we want to finish our book first. Okay, and really, you don't want to just go off and leave this right this moment. You want to sit here and burnish for just a minute. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay, there we go. Now, I'll be adding a magnet here. You know, I'm going to go ahead and round this corner also. This will become a pocket with a pocket. Okay, your center, now let me tell you about your center. You're going to find it is a little stiff. If you've made this the lay flat way, don't be afraid to push it back like I'm doing, because you're going to help loosen those fibers. Then we'll have a pocket here. This will become a pocket. Repeat pocket, and this will be our cute ending page. And that is how we're going to make our album. Isn't it cute, guys? I really like this. I thought it just came together. It comes together so fast. It's fun. And we're stuck somewhere here. There we go. What on earth? There we go. We were stuck somewhere. So Friday next week, we're going to do the frame, the matting. We're going to make our accordion. And we're going to create our pocket. Okay. Let me grab the t-shirt. So I got to take my microphone off. Oh, get put back together. This t-shirt is only available for this year until they're gone. We won't be making them again. Okay, I'll work on that in a moment. Yeah, I will have the kit up tonight. T-shirts, we have to count the quantities. They are the Cricut, so they're soft, and they do run small. So let me tell you about, a lot of you already know about this picture. This is Wilbur, Homer, and Charlotte. And my granddaughter had this, she had this drawn at Disneyland. And oh, you know what? We also have aprons. We have some aprons left. Um, they're pink. They are, and they are just, these are screened, so they're not going to come off. And it has this logo on the apron, established in 2014. And anyway, she had this character drawn, and Michelle, one of our crafters that's local, took it in, and her nephew does screen printing, and he screen printed the shirts for me. So really good price, so I could pass it on to you guys. The t-shirts are $20 plus shipping, or you can add it with some like with the kit. So these will be on tomorrow. We have to get the count of all the sizes. But it's our Country Craft Creations 10th anniversary. So it's our anniversary t-shirt. We will not be making these again. Yes, and you can have your own little beagles now at your house, and I hope they come and sleep with you too, because you won't get any sleep. I promise you that. So anyway, but remember, order a size or two bigger. The V-necks are very nice, but a large, unless you're tiny. Well, a large. Tiffany, did you wear a large? If you're a large, you might want to go to the 2X in the V-neck. I'm telling you, 2X. Yes, 2X. And if you have any kind of like boobs up front, you're going to want a 2X. And I don't know what size Tiffany wore, but they're nice, they're soft, they wash so beautiful. Tiffany did wear a large, so um, I would suggest if you're normally a medium, you go to a large for sure, for sure. Okay, guys. So these will be on the website tomorrow once we get the count, and we'll have the aprons on. But tonight I'll have the kit for our cute little scrapbook. So the kit will have your frame. It will have, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. You can buy these separate. I put in the purple, the blue, and the yellow because if you buy this in a whole pack, it is kind of expensive. Unless, I mean, it's available. You can buy all the colors. Like I said, I used the blue, the yellow, and the purple. It is kind of nice to have the whole set, but I'm not going to put it in the kit because of the cost. That way you can buy them separate. They're the Doodlebug um, dingy balls. I don't know. I can't remember. What are these called, Tiffany? Anyway, or you can use glitter. You can use sequins. And it'll have the Bella Pops that I used. It will have um, the pom poms. Okay. And the only thing that you'll have to provide is your cardstock. And if you want glitter paper, I use the yellow. Oh, you're not saying dingy balls from any mud anymore? Oh, thank you. I do love my beagles. But anyway, and then that way you can use, if you don't want a glitter paper, but you can get yellow, red. We have every color imaginable um, because these do come in a pack. And I only used one sheet. This one is the sherbet lemon, sugared coral, pink frosting. These were just some of the new colors, so I grabbed them. But they are all online. Really, you're gonna die when you see the price. You're gonna want one of every color. It's so reasonable, and you get 5 sheets of 8.5 by 11, and they are 92 pounds. So they're amazing, amazing. So I will get that up for you guys next Friday, 5:30 p.m., the 24th. I'll get that posted. We will finish our cute little album, and I'm hoping I have photos in here because I thought this paper is so cute, just really cute. You're gonna love it. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining me and watching and having fun. And I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.